What up, folks? It's your boy Trailz, and we back with another one. And now we got Jussie Smollett in the news today. And it looks like the Supreme Court has overturned his conviction. Now let's go ahead and watch this, and then we'll take it from there.
And we're following breaking news. The Illinois Supreme Court has just overturned Empire actor Jussie Smollett's conviction. A jury convicted Smollett of staging a racist and homophobic attack against himself, then lying about it to the police. Smollett's attorneys argued a special prosecutor shouldn't have gotten involved in the case after the Cook County State's attorney initially dropped charges. ABC News senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky is following these breaking details for us. Aaron, what's the latest?
For all of the talk in this case, Diane, about race and justice and what happened with Jussie Smollett and what probably didn't happen with Jussie Smollett, this case appears to have been overturned on a prosecutor's mistake. Initially, prosecutors in Cook County in Chicago declined to prosecute him, and then a special counsel was appointed.
Yikes, let's hear that part again. What happened, buddy? Let's rewind that. What happened?
This case appears to have been overturned on a prosecutor's mistake. Initially, prosecutors in Cook County in Chicago declined to prosecute him, and then a special counsel was appointed, and that's the person that brought the case, and that's the case upon which he was ultimately convicted. The appeals court here overturned the conviction, saying that once Cook County prosecutors decided not to charge, that should have been the end of it. The special counsel was improperly appointed.
All right, Aaron Katursky, thank you. And we're following breaking.
Thank you, buddy. Yeah, so looks like a little prosecutorial misconduct. And who was the special prosecutor? Dan Webb. Now let's go ahead and rewind to this video. Oh no, this is the wrong one.
Breaking at 11, former federal prosecutor Dan Webb is named as the special prosecutor in the Jussie Smollett case. His job now to try and figure out why Kim Foxx suddenly dropped charges against the Empire actor earlier this year. CBS 2's Charlie DeMar is live for us at the Layton Criminal Courts building. Charlie.
Good morning. Judge Michael Tuman has been searching for a couple months now for a special prosecutor to take on the job, to take a closer look at not only Kim Foxx's handling of the case, but possibly bring new charges against Jussie Smollett. Tuman did reach out to a number of elected offices, state's attorneys in the area, and he said that the response that he got back was less than enthusiastic, but ultimately Dan Webb taking the job, and he says he's going to do it for free. Now,
you hear that? Dan Webb.
Enthusiastic, but ultimately Dan Webb taking the job, and he says he's going to do it for free. Now, Webb, he is a former U.S. attorney, now serves as the chairman of Winston & Strawn. It's a large and prominent Chicago law firm. This will be the 6th time Webb has agreed to serve as a special prosecutor, and he's taken on some pretty high-profile cases in the past. Now, Judge Michael Tuman first asked public offices in the area and elected state's attorneys to take another look at the handling of the Jussie Smollett case. 27 of those rejected, 1 said maybe, and 2 agreed, but were deemed unable to handle the workload. Now, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx suddenly dropped charges against Jussie Smollett, and this probe that's going to be spearheaded by Dan Webb will certainly look at Foxx's handling of the case.
Who dropped it?
Now, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx suddenly dropped charges against Jussie Smollett, and this probe that's going to be spearheaded by Dan Webb will certainly look at Foxx's handling of the case. If you remember, the actor was accused of fabricating his own racist and homophobic attack. Now Webb has the power to bring new charges against Smollett.
I'm starting this thing fresh today. I am not going to accept any view of this case whatsoever from anybody. I have to examine the evidence. I've got to make decisions out of fairness based on what the evidence is. I'm going to start fresh, and we'll see where it goes.
So who made him God, pretty much? Who gave him those special powers to supersede Miss Kim Foxx's decision that he didn't agree with personally? So he had to take the law into his own hands. And Mr. Chairman of this big firm, this makes me question, is he going to be civilly held liable now? Is there a lawsuit that Mr. Smollett can place on this guy and his firm? We're going to be here to see. I think there's likely. I'm not sure. We'll look into it, though.
Again, Webb says his office is going to be doing this for free, only charging taxpayers here in Cook County out-of-pocket expenses for the work to come up with a decision. As for a time...
So he owed the people that money back for those out-of-pocket expenses, too.
Timeline, there isn't one. Webb says he's going to take this case wherever it takes him in his office and, of course, ultimately come back with those findings. As for Kim Foxx, we did reach out to her office. She provided a statement saying that her office is prepared to cooperate. We are live at the Layton Criminal Courthouse. Charlie DeMar, CBS 2 News.
I mean, should we do it? Should we go ahead? Yeah, if you're still watching, we could look at that. We don't want to do too much, you know what I'm saying? And then they be like, oh, we striking this, and this is too much, not transformative enough here or there. So we'll just stop it here. But yeah, it looks like the prosecutor, Mr. Dan Webb, did a little overreach, and this is another case of prosecutorial misconduct. So, yeah, what do you say about this situation? Because it's not about whether or not he's guilty or what. It's about the process. Do you agree? And if you do, make sure you do. If you do comment on this video, make sure you subscribe first. Otherwise, I'm just wasting my time talking to somebody who's not even supporting the program. But anyways, make sure you let me know what's Gucci. It looks like they done went ahead and free your boy Jussie, and it looks like a civil suit is about to get loosey. No sig. That'll be all for this one. We'll be back more with later. Anyways, thanks for watching, and like always, hit that like and sub, and deuces.